Hey guys, it's been a while. I've been wanting to do this video for a while. I've been thinking about, everything quite carefully in terms of using my voice for good and positivity. And up to this point, it's been pretty negative. It's been pretty bleak. I've been quiet, and I know I have. And normally I'm quite outspoken, and especially people that know me in the industry, I'm quite a loudmouth. But this thing's affected me more than I care to admit, and I'm just tired of seeing salons close down, of seeing my friends without income, of seeing my colleagues suffering, and including myself with financially being affected by this thing, emotionally being affected, even just the physical manifestations that happen with this kind of trauma that we go through. And I've been trying to stay positive, and I've been, trying to keep myself filled with positive messages and watching people that are a bit more negative, not so negative, and that have a bit of a positive outlook and want to see change in the world and coming up with brilliant ideas to go forward post COVID. And whether it's Black Lives Matter, whether it's that whole political unrest and movement in the States, and obviously even filtering out into the rest of the world, seeing our country and its inept, useless government just not give a shit about certain industries like ours that have been affected so deeply. And like I said, I'm tired of seeing my friends lose their businesses. I'm tired of seeing people I consider family, suffering. And it's time that I speak out and say something. And I want to say that, like, whether it's those movements, and that's why I mentioned the Black Lives Matter thing, or our hair industry, or any creative industry actually at the moment, the restaurant business, nightclub, that kind of business as well, all the businesses that are on level one at the moment for in South Africa. I just want to say this, and hear me when I say this. And I've actually been speaking to a few guys that have at least given me a bit of sanity, and I consider them really close friends. You guys know who you are, because we're all kind of like-minded, and even though we're all spread across the world, I've got my mate Chris Walker in the UK, Felipe Diaz, my good buddy in Miami, and a few other guys that I've been chatting to, and also people in the industry. And I just want to say that I think we're all on the same page, and I think what the general consensus is between us and what we've discussed is that we need to open our eyes. And I think this is the time for movement. This is the time for protest. This is the time for change in the organizations that no longer serve us, in the governments that no longer, or haven't served us ever, to be honest. I mean, I can't say too many good things about our government. And I'm not making this a political thing at all, because the only thing I'm worried about is getting back to, our industry being open, getting back to other industries that should be open, that are very hygienic, that have been overlooked through this whole crisis. And I just want to say that the one thing that I have noticed, and that has hurt me deeply, more than even the financial stress that this whole thing has caused, and the trauma that has caused, is the fact that people have just become so negative, so frustrated. And I understand, because I've even felt like that. I felt like screaming and shouting and just, at times losing my mind, and it's horrible. And I understand, and I sympathize, and I empathize, and my heart goes out to you guys. I still have it okay. I know that you guys who have your businesses have zero income during this time. Even if you get a little bit from the UIF, once you eventually get it, and the stress that you have of your staff and your employees, and man, and it's just obviously the same stress that our CEO of like Stavs had as well, with us going forward, and the way this thing has affected us in our industry. And I think the one message that I've said and I've repeated and I've stand by is obviously, of course, that hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. And I know it's going to sound a bit whatever. But I'm just letting you know, I think personally, and this is my opinion, and use it, don't use it, whatever. My point is, my opinion is that I just want to see as much positivity as we can get through this time. And I know it's hard, because I have days where I'm just like, I'm so over it, and other days where I'm like, no, let's innovate, let's go forward, we can drive this thing, we can find new ways to make money. And it's a roller coaster. And the one thing that I have noticed is that when I'm in a negative space and I see all the negative feedback on Facebook or Instagram, and I see people fighting with each other, and I see the frustration coming out, I just want to like pull it back and withdraw. But a part of me also just wants to say, no, guys, this is wrong. We need to love each other. We need to support each other. We need to stand united. We can't go forward, whether it's an industry or in any movement that we partake. We can't go forward unless we're a united front. So my message is very simple. I just want to try and be as positive as I can during what is I think affected us in a way that no one could have ever expected. If you had told me 3-4 months ago that we'd be doing this crisis, I couldn't even begin to fathom the thought. And I just want to say, please, guys, let's treat each other with love and respect. Let's open our eyes and fight against the people. Instead of fighting each other, let's fight against the people that hold us oppressed. Let's fight against the government. Let's fight against everyone. And I commend the people that are. I really do. And I'm sorry that I haven't been more outspoken about it. But I guess I was also conserving my energy. I, went through quite a traumatic time last year. And I think I'm so wary about guarding that energy. And that's something that I don't often speak about, especially not to you guys. But I had a huge rant on my IGTV last year when I was going through a really bad time in my work situation. I chose a career that wasn't for me. I chose a job with a company, with a horrible company culture. And I'm so glad that I came out of that. And it's given me hope. And it reminded me, because I'm coming up to a year now, it reminded me of the struggle. It reminded me of what I felt like last year. And I think nothing felt worse at that point. And my point is, I've realized that, and I've also come to terms with the fact that we might not go back to a normal, but I do believe that as a human race, we are persistent, we are resilient, we are strong, we are filled with love for the most part. And I think that's what we need to get back to. Get back to basics. Open your eyes against the government. Go back to basics. Stop letting people and organizations and the media pull the wool over your eyes, and the sensationalism that's happening now, and the it's just in everything taken out of context is making the world go crazy. Remove yourself from it. Find out the things you need to find out. Question things. Don't just let anyone just tell you anything. I'm so tired of seeing this fake news bullshit. Like, we don't know when we're going to open again. We don't know. There's so many things happening at this point in time, and we just need to try and sift through the bullshit so that we can get to the truth. And I just want us to do that. I want us to try and stand united and work towards beating the oppressors. And that's what we need to do. Is we are a generation that is actually willing to do something, is actually willing to get up and be heard. So let's do that. Let's use it in a positive way. All I ask is that we do it with love, guys. And you know what? I just want to send you all my love and light at this point in time. And I really just wanted to let you know that I'm here for you guys, and that we all have rough days. Please reach out. Let's chat. I'll do the same as well, and when I'm not feeling great. And let's get through this together, and hopefully praying that we get good news soon so that we can go back to our lives and go back to all of us earning incomes again and just getting through this, man. But anyway, I hope you're all staying warm and that you're trying to stay as positive as possible. And I will see you guys again soon. Okay. Ciao.